talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. Hope y'all having a good holiday season. Beautiful, beautiful. If you celebrate, great. If you don't, great. Family first, regardless. Let's talk about a couple things. Today, we're going to talk about management. We've slacked on talking about management. I'm going to give everybody the business. That's what we do here at Everything USPS with JH. But first, if you like my shirt, there it is. If being a postal worker was so easy, anyone would do it. Not everybody could do this job. Not everybody could do this job. Right there in the video description below, in the little store below, check it out. Tina got it all for you. I was dealing with story time, and this is something that everybody, regardless of whatever craft you're in, can identify with. I was talking with some new employees because it's kind of my thing. We talk to all the new employees as they come on, and I know the stations that they go to. And sometimes I feel bad because I know, this is a shame, I know that some of these employees will quit. They're going to quit within the first few days. Now, that same employee, though, I know if they were at a different station, they would not quit. They would not quit. Why is that? Is that the people at the station? Is it the carriers suck? No, it's the culture at that station. They either quit or they get fired. High turnover rate. And the reason is because a lot of the management at certain stations, specific ones, they don't know how to manage. They suck. They don't know how to talk to people. They suck. Recently, one of the people that were coming on board, they said, they told us, they said, even if you have a second job, if we call you and you're at work, you stop what you're doing and you get over here right now. And within the first 120 days, they know who they could talk to like that. They know who they could talk to. Now, within your first 120 days, 90 days, your probation period, they could fire you. Now you let go of a job you've had and you're without any job if they decide to fire you. But that's not the way when somebody doesn't even start yet for a manager to get their point across. Listen, I don't care what you got going on in life. If I call you, you answer your phone and you stop what you're doing, you come here. You don't run my goddamn life. That's number one. You don't run my life. And this is too many stations nationwide have this problem. Now, there are a lot of managers that watch me, and if it doesn't apply to you, don't take it the wrong way. But if the shoe fits, wear it, embrace it. I'm about to call you out because some of y'all suck as management. That does not negate the fact there are some horrible employees that y'all get on board. Nonetheless, they were supposed to be doing a program. I know I had to take the training where they teach people the importance of encouraging new employees. Me, myself, I want the new employees to have the best experience when they come through the first few steps. I want them to have a memorable experience. I'm very strict with a lot of things, but when it comes down to them getting the job that I need them to do done, I'm extremely encouraging. I'm extremely engaging. I'm very helpful. Even if they're doing something wrong, I don't take it personal. Even if they're messing up, I don't get it aggravated. It is just the job, number one. Number two, you find ways to help them improve. I never look for perfection. I look for progression. Never perfection, look for progression. And Unfortunately, a lot of management won't do that. They'll see somebody come in through their doors within the first few days and they say they suck, and they will not put the best work in to try to keep that employee. There's a big problem with that because it costs money to onboard people. Is where USPS lose a lot of money? Well, there it is. And a lot of it has to do with the team leader, management, the supervisors, the 204Bs. Number one, they need a smooth onboarding process. Encouraging management, encouraging supervisors, encouraging management ensures that new employees receive the support they need during the onboarding process, which is basically the first 90 days. This helps them adapt quickly to their new role because a lot of people have never done this. A lot of these managers have things in their head that's deeply rooted, embedded. This is how things were. This is what you're going to do, etc. They know who they can talk to like that because the moment they say something like that to me, as I turn around and say, would you do the same thing? Do you do, like, if you home with your husband and your kids and USPS calls you on Thanksgiving and says, hey, we need you here right now. Do you stop what you're doing? Do you stop being a wife? Do you stop being a mother and drop what you're doing and get your ass to work? If you wouldn't do it, what the hell makes you think you're better than me? Okay, there are scenarios when it's needed, but it's never really needed. There's no super bit of importance. It really ain't. They make this thing out to be like it's the top of the line job in the world. Operations run without management there. But this helps the employees adapt quickly to the new role. They understand the policies and they will be able to move swiftly with the rest of the team. If you just have them with two people when they first start their 2 days of training and those two people never really knew how to train, and then they get out there and they get on routes themselves, or they get out there and they start doing jobs themselves. We're not looking for nobody to hold your hand, but if they never got properly trained, this is very difficult for people to adapt, especially this new generation. A lot of them suck, honestly. I'm keeping it 100. But if they suck, Jay still does my damnedest to make sure that they are given the tools necessary to win from my end. I give them all the knowledge that I could possibly give them, extremely patient, so that they could win. Because if they get past me and they get on board and they actually get a good manager, now somebody else succeeded. That was the whole purpose of my channel, getting people in here so they can make that money. Number two, builds confidence and competence. They start feeling better even if they messed up the first day. Hey, you know what? This was supposed to be a 3-hour piece. Hey, this was supposed to be done in X amount of time. You took it in 4 hours, but you know what? It's better. Even if you got a lie management, you say, you know what? It's better than the last 3 people that were here. I appreciate you doing your best thing. Next time, we're going to try and shorten the time length. We got some restrictions. Now, not only have you built some form of confidence because you sat there and explained to them they are doing better, you also got through the message that they're not meeting the quota. You did 2 jobs in 1 instead of getting your feelings. You screwed up. Management does not know how to help new employees build confidence in their own personal abilities. You're supposed to provide constructive feedback. I'm all for constructive criticism. There's nothing wrong with it. You're supposed to acknowledge a person's efforts as well as offer some other opportunities to help build their skills and their own personal self-development so that they could win. Listen, you do great when you're doing mounted routes, but when you get out on the street, you seem to be a little bit confused. You're not pulling the right stuff out. When you're leaving, you always got to run back to the vehicle. This is what I did when I was a carrier. This might help you. You know what? I wasn't really good as a carrier. You can always acknowledge that, management. But Jerry over there, he's one of our best employees. He's not a certified trainer, but he's willing to give a little bit of information. You grab some from him, grab some from Tina, grab some from Arnold. Try to put some of that stuff together, and in a week, we'll review what you got going on. We'll see if you improved. That's how you deal with things. Oh, you can't? Why not? You cost people money when you keep firing people. You cost people money when you're such a tyrant, people don't want to come to work. You cost people money when people don't want to come to work. You do. Talking directly to management. When you cause people to say, I'm not going to do extra. I don't even want to come to work today because I got to deal with this damn tyrant. And they bang out. Now you got to pay somebody else overtime. You caused that, management. You're supposed to foster a positive, number 3, a positive first impression. A positive and encouraging management style creates a welcome environment for new employees. Fosters a strong first impression of the company, which half of management does not represent this company. The only thing you're really in there for is that big money. I got a great postmaster friend. This guy tells me about some of the things he deals with from all perspectives. And I love the way he works so good from both sides. He deals with his boss, he deals with his subordinates, as well as employees. Got the open door policy, very, very personable, and gets the job done, and has a great team around him. Built a team. There needs to be more of that. So when that specific employee turns around and says, man, this is all right, they actually call one of their own relatives. Hey, you should apply over here, man. This is all right. This ain't that bad. I know that a lot of people talk shit about this place, but at least my management, my supervisors, my postmasters, all right. If your employees don't think you're all right, then you need to do something about that. You're supposed to encourage, number 4, open communication. You want to sit behind a desk. I am not knocking the job of management. Y'all stay very busy behind the desk. But y'all got a lot of downtime too. New employees have a lot of questions that they're scared to ask. They have a lot of concerns that they're not sure on how to approach them. Encouraging management, supervisors, postmasters, should be able to promote open communication, which will make the new hires and the people you have with you right now feel more comfortable for guidance and share their own personal thoughts. This helps prevent misunderstandings and ensure they have information that they need to succeed. Management gets directives from their managers. And if this manager cannot openly communicate my needs to my team and make it so that they are willing to work with me and make this all work together, then me, the manager, I'm not doing my job. It's not just to sit here and say, you do this, you do that. You can't do that. You can't. And when I speak on these things, some people say, oh, Jay, this stuff we know. Just understand, it's not my regular crew that I'm talking to here, my postal brothers and sisters. No, a lot of management watches me. A lot of people way up top watch me. And I'm hoping that somewhere, some way, some of this is grasped and formulated into some type of training. They need to investigate a lot of these stations that have high turnover rates. Number 5 is long-term loyalty, which a lot of the places do not have. When new employees feel valued and supported from the start, they are more likely to develop a sense of loyalty to the company first, because they're getting paid for them, and it reduces the likelihood of early turnover and encourages long-term commitment, leading to a more stable and dedicated workforce that this manager has. I got 80 employees on a consistent basis. And every time we get somebody new that comes in, out of 10 new people, only 1 quits. I don't have a high turnover rate here because we got a good place here. And when there's the day after holidays, you know how many people do that call out bang bang? Virtually none, because they know I got their back and they got mine. It's time that they change the culture. When I talk about changing the culture, I might change the name of this channel to change the culture. They need to. It's difficult. I understand. When you got a bunch of new people that are coming in and you have a shitload of things sitting on your back, management. I understand that. But that's the job you chose. And if you chose to carry that weight on your shoulder and said you're going to delegate responsibility to all of the people that work underneath you, you have to know how to delegate that, communicate that effectively in order to make your team win. And if you're sitting up top and you don't believe that the people that work with you are your team, then you are not a team leader. That means you do not need to be in the position that you're in. You need to step down. Y'all hate when I say that. I know management hates when I say that. I ain't too hard to find if you got an issue with that. We can sit down and talk about it. You're not talking to a 20-year-old kid either. Just understand that. You're not talking to a 30-year-old kid either. You're not talking to a 40-year-old kid either. This is a grown-ass man with 8 grandkids, 6 adults, 3 family members, 4 or 5 family members that work in the post office, including myself. You're not talking to somebody that does not know how this flows. You're talking to somebody that is seasoned in everything USPS. Everything. And all I pray that if this offends you, that you take a look in the mirror, look on the inside, and ask yourself, why is fostering a better work environment for your own workers that work with you a bad thing? This is JH. Ask yourself that. I'm out.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.